Edible landscapes are so beautiful. A feast for the eyes and a feast for the soul.
A lot of people think it's just organic gardening, but it's really a lifestyle in a way.
We're trying our best to live a zero-impact life with our diet through vegetables and with our landscape with edibles. This particular plant right here, the tree kale, has leaves that are literally the size of my torso, and each leaf can feed a family of 4 if they wanted to eat kale for the night. My inspiration first was my mom, because growing up she always had a garden. When we moved to Arizona, she really lost her love for gardening because she didn't know how to garden in the desert. And so it was up to me to educate myself of how to take that inspiration from my mom and apply it to desert gardening.
As an artist, I love it here. I love what the desert can provide in terms of inspiration. It's been a journey, a fabulous journey of exploring and learning about how you can partner with the desert to produce an abundance of food.
Here at the Xeriscape Garden, you can see quite a few things that are also edible. Depends on your palate and what you've become accustomed to. The most common example is the puncha, or the prickly pear. The fruit, after they bloom, people make jam, tea, things like that out of it. Agaves, food sources for eating the hearts and also for making tequila. I like the chaparosa blooms. They're really tasty. But you have to fight the hummingbirds over them because they love them too.
We have 3 amazing seasons here in the desert, so we can grow everything from eggplants to squash, beans, potatoes, sweet potatoes. We can grow broccoli and cauliflower and any number of varieties of lettuces and tomatoes.
I thought, what if I plant a peach tree or a pomegranate tree? That'd be a cool thing to have and just pick those fruits off when they were ripe. The wood chips enabled me to go from watering every day to watering about once a month. And so they really keep the moisture in the soil, plus the tree's health is better because I'm not flushing the nutrients out of the soil anymore. When I first started this edible landscape, I had about 10 different edible trees, peaches, pomegranates, things like that. And I was watering more back 3 years ago with those 10 trees than I am now with over 150.
I started a project called a Food in the Alley Initiative. And the whole idea there is that I was observing this abundance of food that I was able to grow. And I wanted to share that experience with other people that just live in the neighborhood and might be taking a walk down the alley. And so I thought, well, gosh, wouldn't this be cool if they just came along and they knew that they could just take some of that arugula or take some of those tomatoes home with them.
I realized when I started growing my own food that how addicted and how entrenched I was with that system of the fridge, supermarket, and the trash can. And now it's completely different. Now I go into the fridge right here, the garden, and I pick all the beets and the collard greens and the cauliflower and the dill and the kale.
Growing my own food has definitely made me feel healthier, and I need less sleep. I look forward to every day to come out to the garden. It gives me a sense of purpose. Gardening is looking at your entire space as a canvas, and think of yourself as a person who's going to create this beautiful painting.
Now gardening has really become an integral part of my life. I do martial arts and gardening, and in my opinion they're linked because within the martial arts, we learn how to block different attacks coming at us. But with gardening, we're eating the food from our garden, which is enabling us to block the attacks of diabetes, cancer, heart attack, degenerative brain disease, things like that. So I think that the modern day rage in the cage type martial art battle is the battle against those diseases, and you fight those diseases with kale.